thanks to Caroline Opinde for this wonderful opportunity. I'm very honored to have this privilege to join you in this graduation to talk about empowering young leaders today. In so doing, I'll share some snippets of my journey and lessons learned along the way. I'm sure some of you are probably thinking, at 15? Much of that journey must have been as a baby, and really, you're not that far from the truth. God opened doors and windows for me since I was just 3 years old, some of which I never envisioned. It all started with an imagination. Young leaders must first have an imagination. And when I was 3, I saw myself on a stage, actually. I was always seeing stages, even when others couldn't see them. So one fine Sunday afternoon, my family and I went out for lunch at a restaurant, and this was in Ethiopia. Suddenly, I told my parents, "Oh, I want to sing on a stage in the restaurant." There was none. The demeanor from my parents was like, "Stop right away," or. So I stood on my chair, sung loudly a nursery rhyme, and when I was done, having felt nice about myself, I sat down and continued eating as the restaurant goers cheered for my performance. So from that, lesson number 1, never dismiss your imaginations or dreams. Never allow others to dismiss them either. Your stage is right there with you. Just unleash your imagination and your dreams to come alive. So from a young age, I performed on musical platforms for some years, still a child, and grew my brand and reach. Before I knew it, the music stage diversified into several stages, and my portfolio grew into TV hosting, acting, influencer, and environmental advocate. That didn't come overnight, though. It took hours of putting in hard work. The music opened several doors that I really never envisioned. Lesson number 2, when you as young leaders do your utmost best with what's in your hands, you will attract other opportunities that you never thought existed. When I was in grade 2, my teacher put together a musical play. She gave me what I really thought was a small role, but my mom pleaded with my teacher to give me a little bit more, but the teacher refused. I was distraught because I had the capacity to deliver more. My mom decided to ask the grade 5 teacher to allow me to take part in the grade 5 music competition. And here I was in grade 2. The teacher agreed, and guess what? At only grade 2, I won the music competition for grade 5s. And from that, as lesson number 3, you learn that young leaders, not everyone's going to spot your potential or give you an opportunity. It doesn't mean that you don't have what it takes. Don't give up. Don't beat yourself up. Keep chasing your dreams or create your own. So let me encourage you that you could be chasing a grade 2 spot when you are really destined for a grade 5 spot. Who really wants my kind of life? I mean, I spent much of my childhood being a professional, even when I didn't know what that meant. A music concert at 7 years old, my debut song at 9 years old. At the tender age, don't get me started with a music video shoot that took nearly 24 hours straight. To excel out there in what you've studied will require pushing yourself to the limits. The hard work over the tender years paid off in the accolades. Lesson number 4, young leaders, nothing will be given to you on a silver platter. You've got to work hard to achieve your goals. It may take hours on end to hone your skills, but hey, test your limits and explore your wild side. So now let's talk about failure. Who knows failure and who's ever really known failure? I think we've all been there before. At just 11 years, I was nominated to the biggest award in my country. But when they finally called someone else for the award, I felt my life crumble. I just wanted the earth to open up and eat me and swallow me. Not winning that award pained like fire from hell, but I shook it off. picked myself up, dusted off, and kept going. I never lost hope. I didn't quit music in disappointment. Then, for the craziest stroke of God's favor, at only 13 years, I was nominated to the biggest music award in the entire African continent. I'm still in shock today that I won the top music award in Africa, shattering all records. The feeling is sweet. It's almost like I was told by God that if I quit, no bigger prize was coming my way. And I stayed focused and it paid off. And from that, we learned that lesson number 5, young leaders, how can you dominate your spaces if you quit for every failure? What if I quit after my first award loss? Just what if? Never give room for what ifs. Lock it in your system that despite the failures that may come your way, you will not lose track of your destiny. As I journeyed on in my life, I can't forget that there are thousands out there looking at me as an inspiration, a beacon to emulate. I had my moments, but I'm constantly evaluating myself to be the best version of me. Within that continuous growth, I mentored the young and old alike to achieve their goals. I owe the person I've become to God and to my parents. They nurtured me all along. My parents sacrificed a lot for me to be where I am today. I never forget that I must also sow back to the society in ways that are within my means. Lesson number 6, young leaders, you need mentors and guardians to help navigate the path to your destiny. You are empowered so that you can empower others. Never walk the journey alone. When you have been given a stage, however the size, never tire to lift others onto that stage when and where you can. Empower others to grow and help nurture their talents. In conclusion, young leaders, no one is perfect. Don't wait for perfection to take that step. Knock on every door. Tap onto windows. You never know who will open. Don't live with what ifs. If you're wondering when to start your journey through success, then clearly your journey should start now. When the time comes for you to grab your opportunity, what will you do? Will you say, you're not ready? Will you say, next time? Will you say, pass? Will you say you don't look the part or you don't talk right? Will you say, oh, I don't fit in or I don't have the tools? Or will you look at your opportunity like a sniper, grab its horns and say, where's my spot? When do I start? Where do I sign? And how high should I jump? Which one are you? If you pick the latter person, then greatness awaits you. I wish you all greatness and success as you graduate and venture into your spaces. May your path shine brightly and may you be favored before kings, queens, presidents, prime ministers, and global leaders as you pursue your goals and aspirations, known that you are intrinsically bonded to the environment. I'm calling out young environmental advocates to stand up and protect nature and wildlife. Our very existence really does depend on it. As I keep seeking my own growth and destiny into the global space, I look forward to meeting you in the future and in God's time. Now, where's the party at? God bless you all.